I remember on one fine day when I came from my routine morning jog, I believe it was not more than a month ago. Normally, I don't go to gym. Actually, I don't have luxury of time to go into the gym. So I keep myself fit by going for a run, by going for a jog, or second by playing soccer. That's the only two way I keep myself fit. Now, on that day when I came from my morning jog, I observed that one of my shoe it almost got exhausted. This is the picture on your screen of that shoe. You can see that the main part of that shoe, the body of that shoe was slowly getting detached from the sole, and that was not the first time, by the way. It happened with that shoe for the third time. Yes, I've been using the shoe for more than 2 years. I believe almost 3 years. And before that, I stitched it twice, and I was using it. By the way, I'm proud of it because that's the biggest identity that you are an Indian. No other identity proof, Aadhaar card, PAN card can match this identity. Well, jokes apart, but this shoes was like literally I used it for a long time, and on that day I thought that now it's time to discard the shoe. Now it's time to throw them into the dustbin and to get a new shoe. Now, as usual, my curious mind, it popped in and it asked me, Shivam, is there a better way to deal with this situation? Is there a better way to do this thing? Now, when an average Indian guy like me, who encounters a problem in life, what he normally does is he goes to Google, and that's what exactly I did. Now, I went to Mr. Google and I asked him that is there a better way to do this thing? Is there a better way to discard this shoe, or is there a better way to do something with the shoe which can make it reusable? And when I did that, I was astounded by the fact that how you can leverage technology to actually solve problem in this world. Mr. Google introduced me to one such organization. Its name is Green Soul. The reason behind going for this specific organization is because it was very close to my home. Now, this organization was started by two passionate runners, and these guys, they used to exhaust, as they were very good runners and they used to run marathons, they used to use a lot of shoes in an year, and in that process, like me, they used to throw it into the dustbin, and then their curious mind, it asked them the question that is there a better way to deal with this, and the result of that question was transformed into an organization called as Green Soul. Now, these guys, what they do is that they take the shoes from a donors like us, and using technology, they refurbish them. Normally, what they do is they use the base part of the sole, the base part of the shoe, that is the sole, and they make it slippers, and they sell in the market. I would say it is a kind of e-commerce business. They sell it on their website, and you can order from their website. And the beauty of this is it is a self-sustainable business, because you require a very less investment to start this business. Now, this is an amazing example that how the mere habit of asking questions can actually change the way the people, it can change the way how the life would be shaped for the future generation to come. And this business, I believe, it's a very good example of that. Now I decided to not to throw that shoe into the dustbin and instead donate the shoe to them so they could use it, they could refurbish it, and they could sell into the market, and they were supporting that business. So I couriered it, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, not only it helps this businessman, it helps them, but it also is, if you look at the I would say, if you look at the benefits of this type of initiative, this type of business, this type of idea, it is very, very beneficial. First thing is that when you refurbish any product, you actually save lots of resources, because normally when you make something from scratch, it requires a lot of resources. It requires a lot of electricity, it requires a lot of water, it requires a lot of resources, because you have to start doing things from the scratch. You have to make something from zero to a very good product. It takes a lot of energy. But when you refurbish something, the product, the part of the product is almost processed, so you don't need to do much processing on it, and ultimately you save energy, you save resources. Second benefit is you generate employment. Yes, because obviously the workers who will be working in that factory, they should be trained priorly before they worked on this machine and refurbished the shoe. So it generates a skill. It generates, it imparts a skill, and it generates an employment for people. And the third benefit, I would say the biggest benefit of all, is it saves environment. Imagine for a moment if I wouldn't have given the shoe to them and I would have discarded the shoe. What would have happened? I would have thrown into the garbage. Well, this shoe would have ultimately landed into the landfills. Now, what exactly happens in landfill is, obviously, there may be some part in the shoe which would be biodegradable, some part would not be biodegradable. So, the biodegradable part would be eaten by the microorganisms, and microorganisms ultimately, they are ultimately animals. So, what animals do when they take something in? They also throw something out. And what does they throw out? Well, they throw out methane. Methane, a gas which is the biggest contributor for the greenhouse effect and ultimately the climate change. This is with the biodegradable part. Imagine what would have happened with that non-biodegradable part. Well, that would have, obviously non-biodegradable part, it would have contained a lot of toxic materials that would have contaminated that landfill land. And ultimately, if that land is connected to some water bodies, it would have contaminated that water body too. And not only that, it would have also contaminated the groundwater. I remember when I was searching for a flat for myself. I visited one place from there in my hometown, and from there the landfill site was very close. And when I entered into that society, I just couldn't tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how difficult it was to breathe there. I was just wondering that how these people live. It was very, very difficult. It was very horrible, I would say. So much of it literally living in that particular area is like inviting diseases to your body. I believe that is the only way I can describe this. So it also poses a serious health hazard. Not only environment, it poses health hazard to you too. So imagine for a moment, just by tweaking your lifestyle a little bit, just by changing your lifestyle a little bit, just by little bit, just by thinking in an innovative way how you can benefit this world, how you can make this world a better place to live for everyone. This is a perfect example of this. This is Shivam Pandit signing out. Until we meet again. Thank you.